Let's face it, we all knew this day was coming. Based on the endless YouTube videos talking about the company's inevitable demise, the doomsayers had to get it right once. In case you missed it, Rooster Teeth announced this week it would be ceasing operations after over 21 years of producing content. In their March 6 article, Variety said the decision came from RT's parent company, Warner Bros. Discovery, quote, after unsuccessful attempts to sell the unprofitable fandom, gaming, comedy, entertainment division. RT General Manager Jordan Levin said in a memo to staff on March 6 that the shutdown process will take several months and is, quote, due to challenges facing digital media resulting from fundamental shifts in consumer behavior and monetization across platforms, advertising, and patronage. The company's start represented a significant shift in content creation, utilizing machinimation to tell the story of two groups of soldiers in the middle of a box canyon. Red vs. Blue was a massive hit and ran for 19 seasons, with the final season still set to air this year. Before I dig into this, it must be mentioned and hammered home that over 100 full-time employees and dozens of contract employees have lost their jobs. Layoffs suck and cannot be celebrated. Unemployment in the United States is low in March 2024, but being pushed out into the cold is one of the most soul-crushing experiences someone can go through. When I started working on this video back around Christmas, because I too saw the writing on the wall, my initial focus was going to be on the controversies and the 1,000 cuts that contributed to RT's downfall. Let's face it, this company had more issues than National Geographic. From crunch culture and wage theft within the animation department, sexual harassment allegations against voice actors, this asshole, toxic workplace culture, poor performing games, someone could probably make an hour-long video about it all. I don't want to be that person. RT was a big part of my life for a long time, and I want to touch on their successes over the last 2 decades. Starting off in a spare bedroom and growing to what we saw during its peak should be celebrated. RVB grew out into the RT Podcast, Achievement Hunter, Let's Play, Inside Gaming, Funhouse, and Screw Attack, just to name a few. Supporting Monty Ohm's creation RWBY and having an anime that was imported to Japan instead of the other way around was a significant impact to the genre. Having a community event in RTX that started in 2011 and grew so much that satellite events were held for a time both in Sydney and in London can and should be celebrated. The 2015 movie Laser Team raised $2.5 million on Indiegogo and hit the initial $650,000 goal within the first 12 hours. As of the recording of this video, Laser Team is still the second most funded film project on Indiegogo, only behind Super Troopers 2. The cracks have been showing for a long time, mainly with the aforementioned controversies. Delays with production to RWBY Volume 9 during the pandemic and the show's move to Crunchyroll led to serious concerns among fans about the show's future. The hashtag #GreenlightRWBY10 pops up on Twitter every once in a while and has traction again now that the show's future is up in the air. Variety reported this week that the first membership program had over 200,000 paying members at the height of the company's popularity, but this week it's down to around 60,000. My wife went to college with an RT employee who was laid off in the fall of 2022 with a lot of other folks, including Matt Bragg. Over this last Christmas, we met up for dinner and gave them and their significant other the opportunity to meet our new daughter. This employee told me that the writing has been on the wall with the company for some time and that many people have been working on their resumes for a while before this week's announcement. Just before Christmas 2023, Jordan Levin said the RTX 2024 would not happen, which set off even more alarm bells within the community. Levin said in the announcement, RTX has never been profitable for us, and quote, we are going to take some time off to reevaluate RTX and decide the best way to move forward with a fresh approach that can make it one hell of a community event again. Like I mentioned before with the Variety article, we know that Warner Bros. Discovery is responsible for this. The company, and especially CEO David Zaslav, are shining examples of how greed can ruin a company. During this long downslide leading up to this week's announcement, WBD has been getting a lot of bad press lately, including for Coyote vs. Acme. Warner chose to shelve a completed live-action animation hybrid film for a tax write-off, even after offers came in from other distributors to buy the rights to the film. Levin added in his memo, quote, please note that the Roost team is not currently impacted by this action. The Roost Podcast Network will continue operating and fulfilling its obligations, while WBD evaluates outside interest in acquiring this growing asset. This means the fate of projects like Tales from the Stinky Dragon, Fuckface, the Kinda Funny podcast, Anma, and the original RT podcast are up in the air for now. I want to be optimistic and hope that this is not the complete end of Rooster Teeth, as WBD did confirm it is in talks to sell the rights to certain RT catalog content and IP, including RWBY and RVB. This means there is still some hope for RWBY Volume 10 and a lot of the content we've enjoyed over the last 2 decades continuing in some fashion. Levin closed out his memo to employees saying, quote, though not intentional, it's only appropriate that our last season of Red vs. Blue coincides with us navigating this closure together. Our legacy is not just a collection of content, but a history of pixels burned into our screens, minds, and hearts. Rooster Teeth has made an indelible mark on the media industry, and we should be so proud of the countless ways we pioneered a business connecting creators and content with a dedicated community. I take no pleasure in making this video. As like I said before, hundreds of folks are looking for jobs today, and an internet giant is being laid to rest. If your employer could benefit from the talents of one of these employees, make a recommendation. If you personally know one of the employees impacted by this announcement, please check on them and make sure they're doing okay. A lot of folks who worked for this company, this was their dream job, and their dreams are coming crashing down. Share your favorite RT moment in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll share my favorite RT moment right now.
Hey! A little help out here! On it! Caboose! Toss that grenade! That was the worst throw ever. Of all time.
Not my fault. Someone put a wall in my way.